Hey guys, welcome back to the Boys in the Booth podcast, episode 219. It's just Harp here, no Case or Chad for this one, and apologies right off the top for the delay in posting this week's episode. We just had some scheduling conflicts between the three of us, and so that is the reason for the delay this week. But next week, we will be right back to our normal schedule and coming at you with episode 220. Nice number there on Monday. So you can look forward to that. This one's just going to be a quick one, obviously, because it's just me. And we're going to be talking about three players in particular who are currently not living up to their contracts right now in the NHL in the early stages of the 24-25 NHL season. So let's waste no time. Let's get right into it, shall we? And at number one, we have to start with Elias Pettersson of the Vancouver Canucks, don't we? I mean, this is a guy who, since signing that massive $11.6 million extension, the AAV on the 8-year contract, he's in year one of that deal. And since putting pen to paper for that massive commitment in Vancouver, he has just not looked the same. 12 goals in his last 60 games, as reported by Craig Button of TSN, who of course we had on the pod last year around the time of the World Juniors. And just looking at some of the highlights of Pettersson so far this season, I mean, the Canucks have a pretty decent record. They're doing well, but Pettersson has just been a passenger. And one highlight that sticks out, he just has a wide open look to bury one over the shoulder of Jacob Markstrom. And that was the night where the Devils just spanked Vancouver on home ice 6-0. Just an embarrassing loss at home for the Canucks. But going back to that moment with Pettersson, just has a clear shooting lane in front of Markstrom. And, 2 or 3 years ago, it's in the back of the net. And he has a clean, good look and just puts it right into his chest. So Pettersson is certainly fighting it right now. But when you're being paid the amount of money that he's getting, again, $11.6 million on an 8-year deal, this is only the first year of that contract. You're expecting a lot more. And right now, you could certainly say that JT Miller is the number one forward on the Vancouver Canucks. That's absolutely true. Right now, you could argue that Pettersson is not even the second or third best forward on the Vancouver Canucks right now, and that is really saying something. So Elias Pettersson at 11.6 times 8 years. Again, only 12 goals in his last 60 games. He's only got a couple of goals on the season so far, and that's just not good enough. Not good enough at all. All right, number two, I've got my Sabres hat on, of course, and unfortunately, we're talking about Dylan Cozens as our second player who is not currently living up to his contract. A couple of years ago, we saw Dylan Cozens score 31 goals in the National Hockey League, and it was right after Matt Boldy got his big extension with the Minnesota Wild. Then we were looking at Cozens and we're like, you know what? It's probably going to be the same, given the production and the fact that, Cozens is a 30-goal scorer like Matt Boldy. So there you have it. Cozens got just a hair over 7 million, 7.1 times 7 years. And this is only year two of that deal, and his production has dropped off a cliff. Just the one goal in 13 games for Cozens. And, if this Buffalo team is going to finally end that 13-year playoff drought, it can't be up to one line the whole time. It can't only be up to Peterka, Thompson, and Tuck. They need other guys to contribute, and Dylan Cozens is getting paid a lot of money to produce. And so far, Buffalo with a 5-7-1 record, that's not good enough. And Dylan Cozens has not been good enough. He has been barely noticeable on a lot of nights so far this season. Again, just the 1 goal in 13 games to start this year. And so he is number 2 on our list. And finally, number 3, Charlie McAvoy of the Boston Bruins. He's in year 3 of that 8-year contract that pays him $9.5 million per season. One of the top paid defensemen in the National Hockey League. And we know that things are tense right now in Boston. A lot of questions about Jim Montgomery, whether or not he's on the hot seat. You know, we've seen him get into it with a player like Brad Marchand. David Pastrnak sat the entire third period of a game recently, and I wonder when something comes out, or if something comes out about Charlie McAvoy, some kind of criticism, maybe from the head coach, maybe from Jim Montgomery. Is he playing injured? Because McAvoy, you know, for a guy who is looked at as one of the top defensemen in the National Hockey League, which I think he is, and he's certainly paid like it as well, just 4 points in 14 games to start the season. And I got to tell you, I watched Boston and Philadelphia last weekend. That was a shutout win for the Bruins, of course. And McAvoy, to me, just did not look engaged. He looked slow and just has not looked right. And certainly not giving the Bruins what they need. And that's, a big reason why the Bruins have stumbled out of the gate here, surprisingly, in this 24-25 NHL season so far. So there we go, guys. Just a quick one looking at 3 players who are currently not living up to their big contracts. Again, Elias Pettersson in Vancouver, Dylan Cousins in Buffalo, and Charlie McAvoy with the Boston Bruins.
We interrupt this podcast to tell you about one of our favorite partners, Sign Up Expert. If you're a sports bettor, whether brand new, casual, or hardcore, listen very carefully because this ad is for you. Guys, line shopping for the best odds matters, and that's why any profitable sports bettor needs to be using multiple sports books to maximize their profits. Thankfully, there has never been a better time to get signed up, and we are here to connect you with the best promotions industry-wide. When you use our link at signupexpert.com/boysinthebooth, you can get access to all of the top sports books in your region, along with a review of each platform and its unique benefits. Most importantly, all of these sportsbooks have valuable sign-up offers for new users, and when you register through our link, you will automatically receive the top offer at each one, allowing you to start line shopping with an enhanced bankroll. Guys, it's simple. When you use multiple sportsbooks, you ensure that you can always access the best available odds, which is key to successful and profitable sports betting. So, if you want to take advantage of these incredible benefits and support our brand at the same time, please consider signing up for your next sportsbook through our link in the description below, signupexpert.com/boysinthebooth. If you're planning on signing up for a new sportsbook anyways, you might as well use our link and support the boys. So, one more time, that's signupexpert.com/boysinthebooth. This podcast is sponsored by SeatGeek, the absolute best ticket app out there. SeatGeek takes the confusion out of buying tickets, making it quick and easy to get the best deals to tickets at your favorite sporting event. SeatGeek does this awesome thing where they score each ticket out of 10 based on its value, so you know whether you're getting a good or a bad deal. Last time I got tickets to see the Devils play, I first saw red tickets. I waited it out, monitored the price in-app, and once I saw green, I pulled the trigger. SeatGeek makes it that easy. And here's the best part. SeatGeek has completely hooked us up. Boys in the Booth listeners get $20 off their first purchase on SeatGeek with the promo code BOYSINTHEBOOth in all caps. Click the link in our description to download the app, and remember to get your discounted tickets using the code BOYSINTHEBOOth in all caps. Get great seats for a fraction of the cost with SeatGeek.
The World Junior Hockey Championships are returning to Ottawa this holiday season, which means that Brockville will be involved in some capacity for the first time since 2009. Exciting news, and joining us to talk about that is Brockville Mayor Matt Wren. Good morning, Mayor. How are you?
Good morning, Harper. Thanks very much. I'm excited.
Yes, absolutely. And just go a little bit deeper into that excitement and, finally getting this over the goal line.
Well, Harper, I know you and I have had a couple of quiet chats about this, but it's been really hard to keep this under wraps because the city's known for several weeks now that we were successful in our bid, but Hockey Canada, requires confidentiality around these things until they're set to make the announcement. So we've been waiting very impatiently for them to do that. And finally, they did release the news yesterday that Brockville was successful in its bid, and their announcement also laid out some of the exciting things that we can expect to see in a couple weeks ahead of the Christmas holiday season.
Yeah, and let's get into that. So starting with December 20th at 5 p.m. at the Memorial Center, the exhibition game before the World Junior Hockey Championships between Czechia and Latvia. How exciting, and what can you tell us?
Oh, absolutely. And, Latvia was a team that we hosted in 2008, and I know the community really enjoyed seeing that country here in the community on the ice. So they're not coming here for their camp this time, but they are coming to take on the Czech Republic or Czechia on December 20th, 5 o'clock. And there are tickets available for that game. I would recommend that people don't delay too much. They're sold through the Brockville Arts Center website. I went on last night and bought some tickets, and they're going pretty fast. I mean, there's still availability, but I wouldn't leave it too long. And that's going to be a fantastic night at Brockville Memorial Center. Actually, it'll turn into a doubleheader because the Braves play at 8 o'clock that night, and we're really appreciative the Braves agreed to move their time a little later than normal so that both games could be accommodated on the same night. And if you're a hockey lover, I mean, just plan to stay and take in both. There'll be some amazing hockey that night.
Absolutely. And, another thing that really sticks out to me, Matt, so the last time, of course, we had a pre-tournament game was back in 2009 between Latvia and Germany. But to get a country like Czechia here for an exhibition game, that's a big deal because it was only a couple of years ago when the tournament was in Halifax and Czechia is playing Canada for the gold medal. So to have an elite hockey country like that come here to play in an exhibition game before the tournament, that's huge.
Oh, absolutely. And just the fact that this is coming back to Eastern Ontario, I got to go to a couple of games in Ottawa in the 2008-2009 edition. And, I think due to the hard work of people like Brockville native Cyril Leader to make sure that this event comes back to Eastern Ontario. And Cyril's also been wonderful to Brockville to make sure that we, were aware of when bidding deadlines were and that sort of thing. He certainly never forgets his hometown. So
absolutely.
But back to your main point, this is a very high-level team that's coming to be on our ice surface here in Brockville, and what a treat it will be.
Oh, for sure. And so finally, Matt, the pre-tournament training camp, we are going to be hosting a country for that. So why don't you give us the details?
Yeah, absolutely. So it seemed a little unusual to me. It's not the same team that's playing in the exhibition game, but Team Switzerland will be moving to Brockville for a couple of weeks. They're arriving in town on the 12th of December here through till the 23rd, running their pre-tournament camp here at Brockville Memorial Center. And that's 28 players and 11 staff, and they'll be, using local accommodations here, local catering services. They'll be here in the community now. Of course, their focus is getting ready for the tournament. I'm not sure how much you'll see them out and about. Probably, definitely not at night. but Team Switzerland will be setting up shop here in Brockville for the couple weeks before. So, just a very exciting time, and so proud that the city was able to achieve being selected to take part.
Yes, that's for sure. And again, make sure you head over to bactickets.ca and get those tickets fast for the pre-tournament game between Czechia and Latvia on December 20th at the Memorial Center at 5 p.m. Brockville, for the first time since 2009, will be involved in the World Junior Hockey Championships. Matt, thank you so much for coming on this morning and breaking this exciting news.
Anytime, happy to chat.
thank you for your patience with us this week. Again, sorry for the circumstances. Just had some conflict with being able to schedule an episode for this week. Just lots of stuff going on with all three of us, but happy to get something out to you guys. And again, you can look forward to us returning to a more normal schedule next Monday. So enjoy the hockey this weekend. Enjoy the nice weather. Thanks so much for listening to episode 219, and we will chat with you again next week. Take care.